Hi guys, and welcome along to today's video. Been asked about tools, what kind of tools to get, what to buy, what not to buy. Today I'm going to cover the what not to buy tools. I know we've all fallen for the old pound shop tools, haven't we? Want something cheap and cheerful for home. As long as it works, it'll do the job, won't it? Well, not exactly, no, but to that end I've decided to show you a few of the kind of tools not to buy. I'm sure you know them already, but you know, here we go. Okay, first one, cheap twist drills. That's these here, £1. That's got to be good value, isn't it? Look at that lot for £1. Well, there's one missing actually, that snapped the other day. And that's the thing, they do just break, unfortunately. And they won't actually cut through any metal at all, unless it's the thinnest piece of metal you ever saw in your life. Isn't it strange when you do a video outside, there's always an airplane decides it's going to go over at that time. You can't win, can you? Let's move on. Tape measures, whoop, and screwdrivers, but they're in a minute. Tape measure. These cheap and cheerful jobs for £1 look good too, don't they? But take a look at the end of that, and you'll see it's all creased up. Look at that, yeah, busted end. They've got no lastability about them at all. They last 5 minutes. If you dare to do too much with them, that is the end result. Keep well away from them. Buy decent tape measures every time. Buy brand names, okay? Past that, saws. These cheap and cheerful things from a pound shop, absolute rubbish, hopeless. The blade bends all which ways. The holders never work. They snap out of there. Absolute disgustingly awful quality. Probably only worth about 10p. Another one, you can see it's a really thin, cheap, cheerful thing. Actually, this one's not been so bad. I've not had so much trouble with it because it's just one piece of metal. It's actually been probably the best of the bunch that I've had for £1. Yeah, moving on, we come to the dreaded screwdrivers that I just dropped just now. Now, you can see the end of that posi driver there. Hopefully you can see it. It's rather meated up there. You can see that's what happens to them in the end. And that's usually when a screwdriver's at the end of its life, but no, not the cheap pound ones. They usually go like that virtually straight away. You put them to a screw and the screw doesn't move, but that rounds off instead. So keep away from very cheap screwdrivers from the pound shops, okay, because they really are terribly bad. So avoid those, and so I've got a couple more examples of small ones. I mean, you can see this is a little threaded thing that fits in there. That's all snapped. It's been glued up because my wife liked it. She used to like doing little jobs indoors for a sewing machine, tiny little screws, and it would do it, but it's finally given up the ghost. It's all rounded off. Same with this one, rounded off head. It's all in a bit of a state where it's been fixed and glued by me, but it's just chuck away rubbish. I kept it just to show you. Lastly, spanners. The importance of decent spanners. Now, this spanner costs £3, but beware because they just slip the whole time that you use them. When they're really cheap, you get this movement in the head. Can you see that? A bit of movement there. Now, a good spanner will have no movement. When you adjust it, that movement will be non-existent. It should be as firm and tight as you can get. The more that slack is there, the more the spanner's going to slip. And believe me, if you've ever had a bad slip with a spanner where you go like that and it comes off the nut and you catch your knuckles on something or other sticking out the wall or whatever, it is a very painful experience. So cheap and cheerful spanners, adjustables, keep away. And the same for spanner sets. If you see them cheap, they usually just round off the ends. So again, if you see a spanner set, a socket set, the same, very, very cheap. Do remember they're probably made in China and the quality will be pretty bad, and as soon as you go to use them for anything robust, they will just round off and leave you with a totally useless piece of kit. Lastly then, we have this tool here. It's a little ratchet spanner with a spring on it. Can be handy, but This particular model has been pretty much useless. It has got me out of just one bit of trouble once on a tiny nut. It did actually manage to grab, but the teeth are very badly cut on it, and it has a spring here, which I'll show you on the back there, that lifts it up and down. There it is there. See that working, and they usually snap off fairly quickly early on in its life. So I'm lucky this one's still actually going, but to be honest with you, not much use. This is one area you really don't want to spend a tiny bit of money like I did for this one, but I actually got it for a specific purpose, which it did actually manage to do. But for every other thing, it's been pretty rubbish. I've got some big decent ones I bought with name brands, and obviously they're quite fine, work very good. So that's another one, keep well away from. It'll let you down. Okay, well that's about it though. Just thought I'd let you know about my tool experience over the years. Was asked about it, and just to let you know, to keep away from all cheap tools, keep to named brands only. Alright, and you'll be fine. Okay, well that's about it though. All my stuff, you know where to go, usual place, Derek 33. Thanks for watching guys, bye bye.